everyone, today's video is a video on this makeup here, obviously, say that every time. It's the Victoria's Secret fashion show coming up. If you're a girl, you most likely know. Also, if you're a boy, you probably most likely know too. So I got inspired by the sort of Angel's soft glam of like glowy, just really natural, really pretty, and I wanted to sort of take inspiration from that and recreate it to make this. So if you'd like to see how I did it, then just carry on watching. Also too, let me know which of you are going to BeautyCon, because I may or may not be organising something with my management, hopefully, maybe, which might mean that I'll be there to say hi. But yeah, if you want to see how I did this, then just carry on watching. Oh my god. I'm gonna start off with eyes this time, and to prime them I'm just using a concealer. Any concealer will do. This basically, I have really veiny eyelids, if you can see, and it will help to cancel out all those gross little veins. Although having said that, I actually kind of like them. Now to set that concealer down, I'm just taking a powder on like sort of a loose fluffy brush, and oh my god, dropped it. I'm just gonna run that all over my eyelid. Now my eyes look really weird because basically all the definition from them is gone. I'm going to move on to eyeshadow and like slowly add that definition back. How weird is that? You put on makeup to get rid of it and then put the makeup back on to bring it back. Bitch. I'm taking the more lighter brown shade in the Zoeva Contour Spectrum Kit on a Crown C139 brush, and I'm just going to blend that all through my crease. This is kind of going to be our transition shade. I feel like one of the key things with Victoria's Secret Angels is like less is more. They definitely have that sort of natural glowing look, but at the same time I feel like they're made to look like they do have makeup on. Oh my god, this angle is really not doing anything for my forehead. Damn. Now I'm going in with my Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer. I'm just going to rub like what's left on the brush at the back of my hands. It's got a bit of pink on it currently. And then I'm going to take the darker shade and run that through my crease more precisely. So far I'm just trying to add definition, and then I'm going to go in and kind of like warm it up and change the colours throughout. Now going into my Modern Renaissance palette. Like, when do I ever not use this? I'm using... I don't know actually. I'm going to use Antique Bronze, which is like this one here. And I know this is kind of a shimmery colour, but it's not super shimmery, so you can kind of get away with it in your crease. And I'm going to focus that on like a very small area to make sure that this shadow doesn't come out too dark, and just really softly blend that. I'm also winging the shadow out a bit to sort of elongate it. This isn't gonna be like full beat, full snatched, like cut a bitch with your crease glam. It's literally, it's just more so like blended. It's basically just like what I interpret as Victoria's Secret glam, which everyone's gonna be different. This is just my take on it. As for the lid, I'm gonna take the same Antique Bronze shade on a flat shader brush and just like lightly run it all over my lid just to add like a bit of colour there. Ideally I'd rather use like a deep bronzy shade, but I don't have one to hand at the moment. I've left my palette in my sister's bedroom, and that's a lot of effort to go up and get it. I'm going to go over that Antique Bronze shade with my Charlotte Tilbury Vintage Vamp palette. I'm just using the gold, that's the Oh, just trapped my finger in it. They're like gold glitter, and I'm just going to pat that all over my lid with my middle finger. I find using your finger with these glitter shades always works the best. So now that we've done that, I'm going to move on to my skin. I do it in a really weird order, just like allow it how I'm gonna do it. I'm taking a slightly darker foundation, so bear with me if it doesn't match my neck. But all the models are really tanned, but I'm not very tanned at the moment. This is just like my natural skin colour. I'm taking L'Oreal True Match foundation in the shade... I don't know what shade this is, but this is the shade that I always use when I tanned, but everyone's kind of different skin colours, so taking... Oh my god, that just flew everywhere. I'm blending this all over my face just with my beauty blender. My skin is not loving me at the moment. I think it's because of the changing seasons, because when it went from like summer to autumn, my skin like freaked out, but then it went back to at least kind of like normal. It's like freaked out again now that it's got super cold, so but that's okay, I'm working on it. Then any excess I have, I just bring down onto my jaw to help blend it out, because obviously you don't want any foundation lines. It's also really important if your foundation's like a little bit darker or lighter or just different shades for whatever reason to your face, to bring it like onto here of your ears. That really will help to blend it out. Make sure there are no... Oh my god! Make sure there are no lines. Now I'm going to go on and highlight. Once again, I'm using the same concealer which I used to prime my lids. This is Collection Lasting Perfection in the shade Fair. I love this one because it's actually pretty light, especially with this foundation. It works beautifully. Sound really weird, and I always think it's like really strange, and not to be big-headed. Is this big-headed? No. Is it? No, I don't think it is. Not trying to be anyway. Something I'm always complimented on is my like philtrum here, like my Cupid's bow. I've had so many people like tell me like, you've actually got really nice philtrum. Like, what is it that makes a nice philtrum? I mean, thank you to everyone, but like, I don't really think it's a very like prominent part on my face, but people always tell me I have a nice philtrum.
Smoke. Dark vampire.
So now that I've done that, that's helped add like some definition back into my face. When you put foundation, you lose all the natural contours and all the natural highlights that are in your face. So I like to put on concealer because it really like brings it back, and it brings shape and dimension. It just makes your face look 3D instead of like a flat piece of paper. Once again, making your makeup look natural by adding more makeup. I don't know how it works, but it kind of just does sometimes. Now onto eyebrows. I always use the same Cypress Umber. It's basically just a dark brown shadow, and I use a small angle brush to do like the tail of my brows, and then a thicker one to go through the base of it. This is just like the quickest and my favourite way for me. Now I'm going to do powder. The reason I did my eyebrows before I did my powder was because I prefer the way the product glides onto the skin when there's foundation, because foundation is kind of when it's wet and it's still drying, it's still a little bit tacky. The powder and the product sort of sticks to it better. I'm basically only going to powder the parts of my face where I highlighted, so that's like my forehead, my Cupid's bow, philtrum area, chin, nose and under the eyes.
Smoke.
Now my my face is probably looking pretty weird at the moment because I haven't got any mascara on, but I'm gonna put mascara on at the end. I always just do that in my makeup routine, I don't know why. Now I'm going to bronze my skin. For this I'm using this bronzer. I love this bronzer. It is warm, it is kind of orangey, but girl, I love an orange bronzer. If I'm tanned especially, it just like really warms up my face. I just really like it. This is the Bourjois Maxi Delight bronzer, and I'm just taking it on like a big fluffy brush. This is the Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm just going around like the outer perimeter of my face. I'm not contouring, I'm just bronzing. Now that I'm all bronzed, I'm not really going to contour just because, I don't know, I feel like it's going to look quite heavy. So I'm just going to go straight in with a highlight. For this I'm using Becca's Champagne Pop, unfortunately. Oh my god, this is so sad. This smashed, yeah, RIP, take a moment. I'm going to put this on with an e.l.f. blush brush because it has smashed. Like, I find this brush picks up the product the best. For mascara, I'm using Maybelline's Lash Sensational. I love this mascara. It makes my lashes really long, really pretty. Now, for my lips, I want to keep it super natural again, so I'm going to use this Laura Mercier lip gloss in the shade Sparkling. Is that right? Yeah, Sparkling. And that is me all done. Also, my camera almost done because it's about to run out of charge. So that is the end of the video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, you can give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you did enjoy it and you would like to see more of me. Leave any sort of comments or anything. Don't forget to say if you're going to BeautyCon or not. I'm holding a scrunchie, it's pretty annoying. Don't forget to say if you're going to BeautyCon or not, because if I do go, it would be nice to know if any of my people are going. I don't know. I will hopefully see you all very soon. Bye. Bye, Felicia.